I love to travel, and I know some kind of other illustrators. I've got to be careful of the way I talk now, because I don't want to kind of, step on any toes with any other illustrators, because
well, everybody has their different ways of doing business.
But what I find is that they'll be kind of set to a local area.
Okay.
Whereas I try and kind of stand out by just saying, yeah, I'll go anywhere. And I put a thing online saying, would anyone like one of these? And I was charging like £20 for a big framed portrait then, because I just wanted to get the word out. And people just really, really loved them. So that snowballed, and Susie was like, have you seen this? You should try this. Doing it at weddings, because I can do it quickly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's kind of allowed me to do it. Over the years, I've gotten really fast at doing it.
Welcome to Wedding Mayhem.
Straight into it.
Whatever. He walked
Action.
off.
Hello. Straight into it. No counting.
People are commenting on my intro.
Right. Well, positive.
No, but they're counting the seconds from me coming on screen to how many I'm doing. We should do like one of those, when they time wedding speeches and people guess how many. Yeah, we should probably do that. It was a bit of a boring intro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We've been on an ad break.
We have been on an ad break. How was your week?
Yeah. I literally don't have anything that I've done in my week that's worth sharing, I don't think.
Mum duties. Half term nearly, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's going to be fun for the week.
So I tell you what, I've got to. I haven't discussed it with you, but we have a bride, and guys, if any of you people can help, oh my God, if anybody can help us, let us know. But we've been asking brides and guests for questions, which we've got on a little card, which we'll read out in a minute. And one of the questions that I had in was suggestions for. So basically, she's got a young mum who is her mum who's got Alzheimer's, and she's only in her 60s, but she's not going to be part of the wedding for obvious reasons. And it's
my nan had that. It's awful.
Oh, it made me cry, because she just said, "Look, I don't even know if she knows who I am." And that sort of thing. The wedding's not for another year at least. Was there any suggestions of what she could do including her in the wedding? So if you guys have got any suggestions, do let us know. But I've reached out to her venue and her photographer and a couple of other suppliers, and we're going to put together a little mini shoot quite soon. And so we're on the lookout for any other suppliers that will help out, but that's going to be
lovely.
Awesome. So that was my week.
Lovely.
So that was a busy week.
Really sad now.
Sorry. It is sad. I think when you're planning a wedding, everybody thinks of a happy little bubble of excitement, but there are some logistics involved that do make it hard, and stuff like that. Anyway, so we do a card.
Okay.
So you go. So these cards.
You know.
Well, we didn't tell the people what they're about.
Yes, you did. We spoke about. We've been asking guests to guests.
So when you come into the boutique, we ask the brides and the guests to fill in
questions about weddings. Let's put.
Matches your card. Oh, honestly, I need another coffee.
Matches my card. Cardy, top. All right.
Right, pick one out.
Oh my God, smallest writing ever. How much sparkle is too much sparkle on a wedding dress?
Oh, well, I think that's down to you, really.
Yeah.
And I think, you're going to have people come in with you that are going to be like plain and plain only.
Yeah. And how many people you get and they're like, it's too sparkling. You literally have to squint to see the sparkles. And then we'll have people that are like a disco ball and they're like, it's not enough.
It's not enough. But
so
also as well, have whatever you want. It's your choice.
You can never overdo it on a wedding dress.
No, and I think if you look at Doris behind, she's got pearls and sequins, and she's got like a little glitter tulle underneath, but she doesn't look overly sparkle. And look at, the dress has got to carry through the whole day. So, you've got the wedding day, and then you've got the evening. So I think with sparkles and stuff like that, I think it's lovely for the evening as well.
Pick one. Oh, that's what we're doing about these cards.
That's not me.
Anyway. One for the road. Right, last one, I promise.
I can take it from the bottom.
So
Right,
controlling.
am I reading it? Oh,
Took
God.
it from me. It's not the same person.
Oh, when is the right time to get your dress finally altered?
6 weeks before the wedding and then 2 weeks.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we say as a guideline.
Yeah, I know, and some time scales are not standard. Some, we've done a 3-hour wedding before, and that was New Year's Eve. So, yeah, but no later than that. You don't want to be doing 8-10 weeks prior to the wedding because, with girls, body shapes change. We had one of our brides in this Saturday. And hormones are period due this week, and her boobs.
Shout out.
I didn't. I know. I have actually asked her if I could actually tell the story, but basically,
just don't say I know.
her she's
Happy period.
But timing's everything, and she's due on the week of her wedding. But her boobs have gone bananas. So a dress that actually fitted her last week doesn't fit her. But we sorted it. Jess literally did that on Sunday for me, so I took the dress on Sunday morning to our dressmaker, and we've put a little corset back into it, and it looks beautiful. And she gets married this weekend.
Very exciting.
So normally 6 weeks before is the main one. 2 weeks is your check fit, and
maybe try it on a few days before just in case.
Yeah, I would always do that though. I think that's a really good shout because again, things change. People that say that the same size and weight as standard can have a little bit of a fluctuation here or there. So I think that's good advice.
Anywho,
introduce our guest.
No,
you don't know what his name is.
I do. It's Josh.
It is Josh.
It's Josh.
Welcome, Josh.
Hello.
Josh Griffiths.
It's Josh.
Good.
Hello, Josh.
Don't stop it. I'll never get on
Say his
GMTV or wherever it is. Josh Griffiths.
Why are you calling him?
Josh Griffiths.
Why has he called him Josh Griffiths?
Because I'm concentrating on your surname. Is it Welsh?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a tongue twister.
Josh Griffiths.
Yeah,
Griffiths.
it's a Welsh name. Griffiths. But just say Griffiths. And then, that's what I do anyway.
Just say
Good.
Josh.
Josh. You didn't even know his name.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
She thought you were in last week.
I've been waiting 2 weeks for this.
I know. We were driving up, and I went, "Oh my god, that photographer's going to be fantastic." She went, "What photographer?" And I went, "Photographer that's due on in 5 minutes." She went, "I thought it was the artist."
That's fucking fuming.
Anyway, I picked a dress just for you.
Yeah, lovely.
In
Watercolours.
Watercolours. Yeah. So you are a live weddings event illustrator. Have you finally woken up?
4 hours for a dress. 4-hour drive.
You've driven a long way today, 4 hours.
I have, yeah. I love driving though. I love it. And I stayed in a nice hotel last night as well, which is kind of like a bit of a treat, really, because I have a 1-year-old, nearly a 2-year-old, and I just feel a little bit guilty because my partner's at home, she's having to take care of her.
Right.
But yeah.
Guilty, but not really, because she had a really good night's sleep.
Yeah. There's that Anna Lyon as well.
Did you starfish?
Yes.
Yes.
I did, yeah. No, it's been lovely. Lovely drive. Drove from Chester, 4 hours. Loved it.
Yeah.
Ghost podcast.
Yeah.
We said.
Yeah. Go. Why won't you listen to our podcast?
Well, I will listen, but on a drive, yeah, because I'd want to concentrate if I was listening to your podcast. But a ghost one will just go over me. Love ghosts.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is about. Yeah.
I booked the wrong one.
The podcast.
But though you're in Chester, you do travel everywhere because we found you in Essex.
Yeah. I travel all over because the people
loves
who
a hotel.
hire me. Yeah, I do. And I think to do it, you've got to have that reach because if I was just local, I wouldn't be kind of getting as many sales of weddings. But I love to travel, and I know some kind of other illustrators. I've got to be careful of the way I talk now because I don't want to kind of step on any toes with any other illustrators because
well, everybody has their different ways of doing business.
Yeah. But what I find is that they'll be kind of set to a local area.
Okay.
Whereas I try and kind of stand out by just saying, I'll go anywhere. I think the furthest I've been is Belfast.
Anywhere for a bit of sleep and peace.
Yeah. I do feel bad, because I go.
How long? that's a 2-day at all.
Yeah, well,
that's an overnight stay.
Yeah, someone will go like, I don't know, would you be free for a wedding in Portugal on this date? And I'll just be like, say to Susie, my partner, I'll be like, oh no, someone wants. I'm gonna have to take it, and then I'm just like,
can't let them down.
Yeah, try and kind of convince her to go. Like, no, you've got to go, and I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, but she's probably the other way, thinking, yeah, he's at the house.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
My John's away for another weekend, and I'm thinking, I miss you, but I think, right, yeah, I can do what I want.
Yeah, she has her programs that she watches.
Yeah.
I think she loves it, to be honest.
While you're in Portugal, having a lovely little snooze.
Do couples pay your expenses?
So travel expenses.
Yes, included,
I don't charge for hotel stays.
Right.
Because I just kind of included
that. Because
that
is a treat.
Because I'm only half an hour down the road.
Yeah, they might get me a rubbish one then. Yeah. No.
Don't worry, I got this covered.
I don't charge just because my reasoning is because I like driving, as I say. So if I got to the end of a wedding and I felt I could drive home after this, then I would. And if someone had already, paid that sort of accommodation fee, then I wouldn't really have the choice because I wouldn't want to take the accommodation fee and then drive home. Yeah. So I just kind of have it sort of built into the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Love that.
How did you become an illustrator? A wedding illustrator?
So, I've been illustrating for about 11 years now. What happened, sort of going back a long way.
Yeah, take us right to the beginning.
Yeah, I was a primary school teacher.
Right.
My dad paints, and he loves Quentin Blake. Yeah. So he's got Quentin Blake signed prints and stuff all over the house.
Wow.
And I've always loved my dad's style of painting.
Yeah. What's his style?
It's a bit Quentin Blakey,
right, okay.
But he obviously takes inspiration from Quentin Blake. Yeah. But he just does these really kind of magical, whimsical little paintings of like my nephew. Before I had Maisie, every year on my birthday he does an illustration of me. Doing something that I've done that year or something. It's really lovely. So
hotel spa.
Yeah.
Premiere in bed.
With a mojito just in bed.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And then so I was a primary school teacher. Years and years ago. For 6 years, taught year 2, and I loved the illustrations in those children's books, but I hated teaching because it was just, I loved teaching, it was just too much everything else. I take my hat off to teachers everywhere because if you can do it, then, that's a skill.
There's a lot of people within our industry that are ex-teachers.
Yeah, I
and
find
it's
that
not just the job, it's the background stuff.
My little girl went on her first ever school trip yesterday and we were waiting in the playground and you could hear them all coming off the coach and walking through. The teachers looked absolutely fucked.
And
one of them hasn't gone in today.
Has she not called in sick?
I don't know if she weren't there.
She came back on the coach.
They looked so drained. Yeah. They were all on the coach, but you could just see them and they had like wheelbarrows of stuff and they just...
I know how it feels. Yeah. And the kids, when I used to teach, the kids used to say to me, they knew how stressed I was by how messed up my hair was, because if I was like marking work and I just had seen that they hadn't understood what we were doing, I'd sit there going like this.
Literally pulling your hair out.
Just stressed. But I loved read all the actual teaching parts, reading stories to the children, and I'd draw when I did their marking. I'd do a little illustration of me doing like a thumbs up or something.
Oh my god, that's so
on their book.
How have you not gone like viral as like one of them teachers? Where they're like,
oh, I wish. But
what if you didn't like their work?
Oh, yeah, you just have
draw
to
a little
encourage them
poo.
anyway. Just a really angry face. Just a poo, no, I'd just be like, oh, great work, you have to do this next time, kind of thing. But I'd read the stories and people like, Helen Oxenbury does Going on a Bear Hunt.
Right, yes.
Oh, I love that
those
bit.
kinds of illustrations. Obviously, Quentin Blake. Biff, Chip and Kipper.
I love Kipper.
And then when people see my paintings now, they always say, like, it kind of reminds me of Biff, Chip and Kipper, like Magic Key kind of thing. Well, I absolutely love those books. Did you know, though, that the illustrator of those books has put, like, weird things in the background?
No.
It's a bit dark, really. I'll
like what kind
my god,
of things?
I think I've got one at home. Gonna have a little look.
There's one where there's building blocks in the background. You know, those blocks that have got letters on.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
what's it spell?
It spells hepatitis. And there's no way that could be chance. There's also like a thing where in the background there's someone.
What is the words letters?
It's like duh, 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 duh. So it's connected.
Hepatitis. I
Yeah.
hope you read. Get you some blocks to pronounce your
Yeah.
words.
It won't help. I
Baby steps.
Trying.
And then there's like people kind of cottaging in the bushes in the background and things like that. Yeah, go and check. Just Google it. But
I'll have a look.
We're gonna have to look.
Yeah. I don't put anything like that in my drawings.
Yet.
So I take inspiration from the Biff Chipper Kipper books.
Yeah.
So then,
Keep the hepatitis at bay.
yeah, try not to. And then I quit teaching. I went on this big walk.
What made you give up? What was that point where you're like, I can't do this? Or
Someone
don't
done a
wanna do
really
it anymore?
shit picture.
Yeah. No, it was just like, I don't know, meetings, like the endless meetings, not having enough time. I would go to bed as a teacher and I would feel guilty for going to sleep because it was actually time that I could be marking more books. If you think you've got kind of like 30 children in a classroom, 4 lessons a day, you've got to mark every single book for those. I can't do maths. That's why I draw pictures.
Yeah.
But what's that? So 30 children times 4 times every day. That many books you have to mark, and it was just incessant. And then you've got the parents at parents' evening. You know, all kind of wanting to know like if their child's not progressing. It's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I spoke to a head once who said that's like running a small business, which is what I do now, and it's easier than teaching.
You have more control.
So yeah, I just decided one day. Me and my friend, childhood friend, best friend since we were 4 years old, we went on a walk. I walked from Mexico to Canada on the Pacific Crest Trail, and that just kind of cleared my head.
I thought you were going to say like a little local walk.
I went a door.
I would have been like, I walked around my local country, but you're Mexico, Canada.
Yeah, I just went on a really long
low
walk.
key.
How old were you at this?
I was 29 then,
Right.
and then my 30th birthday was when I was somewhere on trail. We came off in a town, and I fell asleep at the bar with my head on the bar. That's all I remember of my 30th, because I wasn't drinking.
Did your dad do you a picture of that for your birthday?
Dribble coming out your mouth.
Did a picture of me hiking, but I didn't know about that.
Not the aftermath.
Not yet, because he didn't know about the bar.
Yeah,
He does now.
yeah. And then I came back, and I didn't want to go back into teaching. So what I did was, I looked online. I basically copied one of my dad's style pictures, and I put a thing online saying, would anyone like one of these? And I was charging like £20 for a big framed portrait then, because I just wanted to get the word out, and people just really, really loved them. So that snowballed, and I've always done that as a thing on the side.
Yeah.
Because after that, I started doing a bit of supply to tide me over. It's like supply teaching.
Yeah.
And then it was years and years later, Susie, my partner, she said to me, you should try this at weddings because I could do it quickly. Like I was working as a designer, but I was illustrating. I was making as a company, an art and craft company, and I was designing stamps and dies for them. And then, and I loved it. I really loved it. I was doing TV. Shopping TV, nothing glamorous. It was kind of like, just staring down the camera going like, please buy this thing. But I loved it. And that was my way of kind of, getting into the crafting community, the art and craft community.
Yeah.
But then I just really wanted to go out on my own. I got another job after that, which I hated.
What was it?
Was, I thought I was going to love it because I really like watches. It was a graphic design for Tudor and Rolex watches, doing their websites.
Okay.
But it just wasn't creative. It was like...
Did you get a Rolex out of it?
No, you had to work there for 15 years to get a Rolex.
15 years?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I got a Tudor, but didn't get that through that. I just bought it afterwards. But it came out of that, and I was like, so now I know that I can't do something that's not creative.
Right,
I just physically couldn't do it. Because it was like... demoralised. And Susie kept saying to me, you know, you're not happy in this job. And I was like, yeah, I'm really not.
Yeah.
So luckily, Susie just said, quit and then just do something on your own. So I went back to doing the paintings full time, the illustrations. And I kind of used some of my TV connections then to say, you know, I did paintings for them and they showed it on TV. And
oh, brilliant.
And that got me loads of orders. But then I tried the wedding thing and like I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
Which is strange. A lot of people now.
I haven't actually.
Yeah.
I've seen this the silhouette one.
Yeah.
Seen that with the cutting.
Oh,
that's really good.
That's really
Oh,
niche.
yeah.
The way they do people's shadow. Like, that's
it was
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
Unless you hate your side profile.
Yeah, I do as well. Mine wouldn't have a chin. It just goes straight into my neck. But then, so Susie was like, have you seen this? You should try this. Doing it at weddings because I can do it quickly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's kind of allowed me to do it. Over the years, I've gotten really fast at doing it. And then...
world record. Try for that.
Yeah, I could do actually. Yeah, a Guinness World Record illustration.
Do it in here. Come back.
Yeah. I'll try it. We'll set that up. And it just really worked out. I tried my first one.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah, really nerve-wracking.
Because you're faking it until you make it, aren't you? Basically.
Yeah, and it's at someone's wedding as well. So it's like that's their like one of the most important days in their life. And if I'm just like handing people really rubbish pictures of themselves, but I guess the thing that I find most similar to it is caricatures, and they're brilliant. Like I do like what they do, the caricatures, but what I feel that mine are a bit more subtle. Whether in a positive or
they blow my teeth right up, the caricature.
Well, that's it. Like they'll hone in. If someone,
I wonder what you were going to say then.
What?
When you were just going to say, blow my tits up.
Jesus Christ, Shazza.
I know.
You know, they make you like really gonky, don't they, the caricatures? It's always like...
Yeah. Which, I mean,
literally that.
There is an appeal for caricature. It's like some people love them, but I think you've got to be quite kind of able to take
It's like sitting there and being like, make me look really ugly and point out my biggest insecurities. Go, and I'm going to give you 15 quid. And then walk off.
They're very sort of... not old-fashioned, but when you went to Spain and stuff like that, you always had them on the pier.
And they'll kind of hone in on your biggest insecurities. Like mine, it would just be like a massive forehead, no chin, and I'd just be like, oh, thank you, and then I'd take it into the toilets and cry. I think.
But mine was a massive mouth. It was.
I don't think you've got a massive...
No, I haven't. Yeah, I have. But I've had it done a couple of times. But literally every time, I think it's because I didn't stop talking. That literally it was a massive...
He just got annoyed with you.
It's just like...
All I can see is a mouth.
But I'm not...
It wasn't like that.
It was, wasn't it?
It's really out of order. This one just went really high pitch.
I know, yeah. Oh god, they can't capture that in a caricature. It's okay. But I'm not disparaging anyone from hiring a caricature.
Yeah.
Obviously, caricaturists are incredibly skillful, and if that's the kind of sense of humour you have as a couple, then it's really great to have. But what I find with mine is it kind of, because they look like classic storybook style illustrations, they kind of capture a bigger audience of people who that will appeal to, because it's subtle, people see themselves in them a lot more as well, because they're not, weirdly people can pick these illustrations up and go, oh, there's Uncle Tom and there's like this person, and I love that. But
they can recognise themselves from the pictures and stuff like that.
But they are simple, they're dots and lines, really.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's where the kind of what I've developed comes in, is gaining a resemblance, whilst keeping it really simple.
Yeah. So why would you have this at your wedding?
Well, what I love about it is the fact that you take this home. What I hope is that people will frame it and put it on their wall. And then every time they look at that picture, and it's really special, it's like acts as a wedding favour as well. They'll put it on their wall.
What a good idea.
And then every time they look at it, that will remind them of your wedding day.
Yeah.
So
and are they giving them free?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guests are not having to pay for their own illustration.
No, the guests just pay me for the service, the fuel cost, or the travel cost.
The couple will pay you.
Yeah. Sorry, and
an extra pillow.
Yeah, and then if I'm flying, then they'll pay the flights.
Yeah.
Which often, and this isn't me hinting that I want to do more flying. Often flying is cheaper than the actual petrol costs.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what should just look down into the camera and be like, don't book me to go to Portugal. That's what I'm saying.
But it's mad.
Half term is coming.
When I've gone to shows in like Milan and Barcelona, it was like £39. Where if I get a train to Harrogate for the show, it's like £175.
Yeah, because if I'm going down south, a lot of the time the fuel cost will be around £150 or something. I charge 45p a mile. It's just the government recommended, charge for fuel.
Yeah,
that sort of charge. But it does add up, and it, I can imagine it would be a bit off-putting if you're like, well, I could find someone closer. But what I like is that people will pay it because they
you're
like
very
my style.
Unique as well. Your drawings.
Yeah, well. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but
but here I come.
Yeah.
Look into that camera.
I am the best.
I don't know what song that was.
I'll really try to make it look like that person.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And there's
Are you
other
a
styles.
watcher?
As in,
people watcher.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, not at the wedding.
Like, you a creep?
No.
No.
But when you go in and set up, do you just sit there, or will you walk round and watch people first?
Well, here's how.
How do you do it?
The day goes. I show up before the ceremony.
Yes.
So in my contract, I say it's 4 hours, but that's the absolute minimum. I've never ever only done 4 hours.
Yeah.
I stay all day. So I show up before the ceremony. I take pictures of guests as they're going in to the ceremony, and that means that during the ceremony I can already be painting.
Right.
So there's no wasted time.
They know that you're taking their photo.
Yeah.
He stood there behind a tree.
Just a zoomed in lens, just going, yes, I'll paint you. No, I explain what's happening. I go, I say, like, unless it's a surprise, in which case I say, like, do you mind me getting a picture? And I think they just assume that I'm some kind of like rubbish photographer that just uses an iPhone or an iPad. And then I'll take their picture. So I've got about, say, 10, 15 couples. And then during the ceremony, I'm already working away. And that means that when people come
Where
out
will you
of the
work
ceremony,
while the ceremony's going on?
Wherever they want me to set up for the day. Sometimes the ceremony's in a different place.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'll drive to the venue. I'll set up, and then I drive to where the ceremony is, and then I'll take the pictures, and then drive back to where I'm set up.
Okay.
It just means that there's no wasted time at all, and it's really nice because when people come out then of the ceremony, they can already see some of the paintings being done, and they know what's going on. They don't have to ask what it is, and they'll go because they'll recognise the people there.
But their outfits too.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And you mentioned your outfit. I
bought this especially for you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
that's lovely. That's the perfect sort of dress that I would. I love painting, because it stands out. And it's like colourful.
Yeah.
Someone was wearing. There was a man the other day. I think he was the father of one of the couple, but he was wearing this really colourful rainbow stripy tie, and it just lent itself so well to my style of illustration.
Yeah.
It was just a lovely painting.
You're like, yes.
Yeah. So after that, I'll stay. People approach me and they say, "Oh, can we get a picture?" And then I'll stay till roughly the time of the first dance. So normally about 7 or 8, and then I'll pack up.
Do you go around the tables or anything, or you're just stationed?
No, I'm just in the same place all day. I get quite hyper-focused when I'm there. Like, I don't even look up sometimes. The time goes so quickly for me because I'm just desperate to get as many done as possible. Yeah. The thing that the sort of downside to it is that I can't get round to painting everyone.
Well, it's one of my little questions for you, is there a downside to what you're doing?
Yeah. So, well, that's it. It's like at some point towards the end, because I can only do so many. I think the most I've ever painted in a day is around 70 guests.
Oh.
That's a lot, though. That's
it is a lot.
Don't be disappointed. That is
your
so
wrists
good.
must hurt.
Yeah, genuinely, I feel like I'm starting to gain muscles in my forearms from just doing that. And so I thought someone was going to make a rude joke then. And
I know. I just know that literally came out of my mouth, and I'm waiting for her to go.
Yeah.
But you get some really heavy paintbrushes.
That's a well good idea. Yeah,
put some little weights.
So are you just right-handed, or
just right-handed?
Right, okay.
But then if I do that many guests, and say there were 10 other guests, I feel awful.
You're always going to get one, aren't you? Going, you missed me, and you're like, well, your frock was boring, so I didn't paint you.
No, I tend to do it in order of kind of the day guests.
Yeah.
And then if we've got time, then the evening guests.
Is it important then for the couple to give you a list of people that are the main people that are important?
I don't tend to, because it's too difficult, because I don't know the people.
Name badges.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with the, I just try and pick out the bridesmaids and groomsmen, and normally people speak to me during the day a lot. Right. I like talking to the guests, and they'll say like, I love it how the mother of the bride like kind of, they love how much that's just like I'm the mother of the bride. So it's like, like, and
I am the
rightly,
queen.
They use it as kind of like
I'm important.
Yeah,
I'm a VIP.
And I do get right to it. Like I'll think, right, I've got to get the mother of the bride.
Or she's going to meet me.
But so that's the kind of priority list, and then I'll get as many people done after that as possible. But there comes a part in the night where I have to just, like, someone will say, can we get one done? And I just have to say, I'm really sorry. I don't have the time now. I'm going to pack up soon.
Yeah.
So at some point during the night, I will start saying to people, just so you know, that I can't guarantee that I'll get it done. I try my absolute best.
Yeah.
But I can't guarantee.
Will you take stuff back with you and do from home and message them, or
I try not to. I try not to, because otherwise, because in the week I still sell the big framed illustrations. Yes. So if I was taking the other illustrations home and doing it for free, then that would cut into the time in the week. I felt awful because obviously I did John T, who works here, his portrait, but I had to charge him because he came after I was about to pack up. He was like,
be careful, because he does the edit of the reels.
I know, I'll send him his money back. I'll do him another one for free.
Send him some cakes, that's okay.
Yeah, but it's that thing, and obviously like John T, like, is one of those people who it's hard to tell, because he's such a lovely guy.
I know.
I have to just say, like, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to get round to doing that.
It's like telling a child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
break his heart.
But that's the only downside. The only downside is that you have to let people down.
But people can then message you and go, actually, you took a picture, I'll pay you.
Yeah, and I actually do a discounted rate for people after the weddings.
Did you give John T a discounted rate?
Yeah.
Thank God.
So do you take their picture and then they go off, hit the dance floor, and then you're like, picture's ready? Or do they have to stand? Because I can imagine people stand there like piss. Like.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, actually. Talking of kind of downsides is that the more people drink throughout the day, the less inhibitions they have.
Do you see it decline?
Oh, yeah. And then the less inhibitions they have, the more they're just like, please finish my picture, and they're just like, could you put us to the front of the queue and things like that.
It's like being a DJ in a way, where they're like, come on, one more song, play my song, play my song.
Yeah, that's it, and you just got to kind of, and the other thing is that sometimes people will ask me for loads of paintings. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, well,
greedy.
Can I have one person, and I hope they don't watch this because I'll probably know they are, that came up and was like, right, I want one of me and my husband, one of me and my son, and then just one of me on my own, because I've got space in my kitchen where I want 3 framed paintings.
One of me on my own.
Yeah, and I was just like...
Just because they all split up, then she's got one on her own.
Yeah, and actually, until now, I haven't realised how kind of strange that is, just having the one, like, if you are here with your family, and actually, just one of me on
She's
my
got
own.
plans. Yeah.
On a horse or something.
Oh, you went more.
No, I just meant like, I don't know, really regal or something.
Would you draw that?
If they asked me to, if they had a picture
What's the
of their
weirdest
horse.
request you've had? Have you had something weird?
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of people asking for their pets to be added to them.
Cats.
And I don't mind that. If they've got a picture of their dog or something, and I just take a picture of the picture, so no one has to like send me anything, and then I'll just add that into the painting. That's really special.
Yeah.
But weird stuff is, there was one of someone was just like, can you paint a massive Sports Direct mug, me holding it in the picture? And it must have been some kind of in joke or something.
Right.
And I did it, and they loved it. So yeah, I guess that'd be the weirdest one.
So weird.
Yeah, you know those massive ones.
I know
they're
exactly what
kind
you
of like
mean.
notoriously huge.
I bet you've got one in your
Sports
cupboard.
I have not got one in my cupboard.
And the classic umbrellas that they used to have at the front as well.
Direct.
What's the best part of your job?
Drawing.
Yeah, well, there's that, but I think
Fancy frocks.
seeing people open them, or seeing people see themselves.
Happiness.
Yeah, it's that they'll come out and they'll look and they'll see that their portrait's done. It's lay there, and they'll pick it up and their faces just light up. It's really lovely, and then they'll go and like, oh, can I go and show this to my partner? And like, they don't know whether they're allowed to just take it, which they are. I have these little bags as well that stop them, getting any kind of wedding meal on them.
I was going to say, because obviously once they pick them up, then they've got to go through the whole evening, get home.
I tend to kind of encourage people to just keep them there on the table.
Yeah, pick them up as they go out.
I squashed my little silhouette thing in my bag, so my nose is a bit like to bend it back.
With your bottle of wine.
But yeah, that's it. I just love seeing people see them. I get kind of, as I hear people coming out of the ceremony, I get butterflies then, because it's kind of like, it's like
you
performing.
really love your job.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And you hope that they like them.
Yeah.
Has anybody not liked them?
The only time was, and I don't think they
because
didn't
people
like
are
it.
arses sometimes, aren't they?
There was a guy who was said,
Is this at a wedding?
yeah, it was at a wedding.
So they're getting it for free.
Yeah,
exactly.
People are so inconsiderate. It really gets my goat.
There was a guy who picked it up and said it made him look like Rolf Harris. And
How
and I
long
was
ago was
thinking-
this? What
what
time?
timeline?
Was it before or
The
after
bad
the
time or the good
accusation?
time?
It wouldn't have been great to look like Rolf Harris at the time, but I'm not being funny. He did look like Rolf Harris, so
Oh, there you
I
go.
kind of got it spot on.
But people do look at themselves in the mirror and see a completely different person to who they actually are.
Yeah, I think the fact that they're simple means that
They're drawing, not the person.
I don't know, they're all stupid. But yeah.
If someone had like a massive mole, would you do the mole? Or are you
I prefer to do it because
like a
that's what
monograph.
it is.
Well, you don't know if that's...
If I take that out of the picture,
not
then
me.
it's like I'm saying it
You've got a big
shouldn't be
fat
there.
mole on your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Or like just something really distinctive, you go for it.
Yeah, I would just go
Yeah.
for it
Unless
because
she's-
otherwise it's like I'll hand it to him and be like, there you go, I've improved your face.
So that would be me being like, oh no, I didn't want a caricature.
So
It's like you coming in here with spots on your face going, just take this side, please.
that does happen.
Okay.
There's sometimes people, a lot of the day people will say to me, can you make me look thinner? And like, can you do this and that?
Yeah.
And everyone always looks lovely at the weddings. And it is kind of a bit like, I feel a bit like, but it's, I think you're being mean to yourself.
Yeah.
Then, because there was a lady who had asked me to her dress was kind of pushing up here.
Yeah.
And she was like, can you make sure that's not in there? She came and looked at the photo I'd taken as well to make sure it was a good photo.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking...
We're super critical of ourselves.
Yeah, and that is quite sad in that
It is
way.
really
but,
sad, yeah. But we all do it.
Yeah.
Every single person does it.
He's like, so this is one I've done of me, and he's got a 6-pack.
We were,
This is just me really low key before fasting.
What are you trying to say? I've got a 6-pack at the end now.
I know.
No,
That sounds like you got it out. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Taped in.
We did take you in, yeah.
Yeah, you had to take me into my top, yeah. My 6-pack
Busting
was
out
coming
so
out.
much.
It was, yeah. Are you, it's a strange request, but have you been asked
I thought you were going to go, but can we see?
Yeah, but
Severely
have you been asked to
disappointed.
draw people naked?
No, never naked.
Until now.
I will if you provide a hotel. For yourself, by the way.
yeah, I've never done any nudes. I mean, if someone said, "Can you do an illustration of us naked?"
Yeah.
I'd be absolutely.
Can you
fine.
do other styles?
Yeah, so I do oil painting as well, like realism.
Right.
So I really like this style of painting. It's called Russian Impressionism,
Yes.
and what it is like. Do you
know
know?
what that is,
it's
Sharon?
Yes, I did. My dad
Yes.
was an artist.
Oh
and
wow,
sculptor,
yeah. I love that style of like the big, massive, blobs. Yeah, it's one of the where you look at the painting up close and you would not be able to tell it was anything, and then you step back from it and it looks like a photograph.
It's a story.
Yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that style. So that's what I'm trying to kind of train myself to do. I have sold oil paintings in the past, but I prefer the illustrations.
It's quicker.
Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
impatient?
No, I'm not. I'm with oil painting. I could sit there all day. I love it. I do like plein air. I was gutted because I was on Landscape Artist of the Year, but not as a main contestant, but as one of the wild card contestants.
Wow.
And
how did you get on that?
you would just apply. You go on their website and you apply, and then they pick a certain amount of people who can do it.
Yeah.
And they came and interviewed me and everything on the show, and I loved it. And everyone was walking past me, really complimentary about the painting. It was in Liverpool, and I painted there was a statue in Liverpool of, I think, King George. I wouldn't want to say what the statue was because
It's probably not there now.
Yeah, probably. But I painted that, and I was really proud of it. But then they didn't cover me on the show.
No.
But because I didn't watch it, but my dad watched it. He came with me on the day, and he was looking for himself in it, and he was like, "They've not shown us at all." He said that they hadn't really shown any of the wild cards.
Right.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I love oil painting. I do some acrylic painting. I paint with gouache. I don't know how to say it. I think it's.
Is it GOASH?
No, it's
That's gosh.
GOAUCHE, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Gouache.
Right.
I've got no
Yeah,
idea.
you're talking
I
to
know
a lot of
big.
people here.
Big Crayola. As far as we go here.
Crayola's not bad.
Crayon.
Yeah.
There you go, 3. Well done.
Yeah, but yeah, that's like opaque watercolour.
Right, okay, no problem. We need to talk about your stamps.
Oh, yeah.
So what is this?
So, as I've been doing this, because I worked for Sizzix, which is an art and craft company,
Right.
all of the people who followed me when I used to do the TV for them, see my illustrations online, they've always said, you should do stamps of these. But in the kind of the craft world, people shy away from making stamps of people because why would you give someone a card that's got a picture of a person that's not them on it?
Yeah.
But what I've done is I've done stamps of my illustrations so you can change the head and the hairstyle and the clothes.
Is it something that we can do at home? Or...
Yeah. So
right,
they're just clear stamps. You just need stamping ink, stamping block, and they're kind of sort of more targeted, I guess, towards crafters, people who make cards and things like that.
But people could couples use this to make their own invitations for their weddings, maybe?
That's
or
cool.
they could use them to even, if someone wanted to try and do what I do but use the stamps to do it, it'd be quicker.
Yeah.
I'm happy for people to do that.
I see what you mean. So ages ago, so it's like something on Etsy. We done it for my mother-in-law. So it's a picture of the back of head sat down, so it had my mother-in-law, and then you could see her kids. And
Yeah,
you
that
just
sort of thing.
choose the hairstyle.
No, but mine show the face as well. And I've made it so that
You've done Taylor Swift.
Oh, I did Taylor
That was
Swift. I've
fantastic.
done Elton John,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Just to kind of prove that you can make.
I found
within
it so hard not to go.
reason.
I was like, say it in my head.
What? Michael Jackson.
In my head, I was like, don't say it.
It's
Say
like
it.
on national TV.
National TV.
We're on national TV.
Oh, for God's sake.
But yeah, so they're just a way that I'm trying to allow other people to recreate the illustrations that I do,
Okay.
just with stamps, because you can make them face each other, and you can put people together in a kind of natural pose. I wish I'd brought an
Oh
example.
my God,
with me,
this
but,
sounds
yeah.
amazing.
We'll
got
put
them
it.
in my
We'll put it
car,
in the program. So
Okay,
yeah.
that'd be brilliant.
Oh, wow.
And this is your design, your copyright,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you sell the packs. And everything.
Yeah, it's my own company. That's a side thing I do. It's called Beyond Stamping.
Right.
I'm going on Hobby Maker TV in June, on June the 11th, to sell them.
Another
wow.
hotel stay.
No, because it's only a 2 hour. I can't justify it with Susie. I wish I could.
It's only around the corner.
Yeah, oh God, I've had to book the Ritz around there. It's the only one available.
I've had to have a pedicure and everything.
I am going to get a pedicure, really, yeah. I've never had one before, but I bite my fingernails.
Well, it's your feet. The
was gonna say
your
pedicures
manicure.
feet.
Yeah, I make cards with my feet. Yeah, it's no manicure. Yeah,
I
sorry.
imagine you be like, pedicure, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just shows how experienced I am.
Manicure.
Yeah, manicure. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But boys are having their.
John had a pedicure with me on my birthday.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I want to get it because I've never had like nice nails.
Yeah.
And with you going on TV and they zoom in on your hand
Yeah.
and you make
Yeah.
it,
Manny.
I think
It does make you
They give
again
you
a
all the
little bit critical.
creams.
Like
Yeah.
we've done it when we first started. Look back at the first program that we did, and both of us have gone, oh my God, and then
you always look
sticking
back,
things
don't
here
you?
and putting things here, and and stuff. But
Your face.
it does. Just me eyelashes. Look at these things. Look.
Yeah.
I literally peel them off and put them on the car dash.
She's got like a line of lashes in the,
No,
the van.
none today. These are
As
my
like
it's
in the
been
way that
peeled
truckers
off.
have got like
Yes.
nodding head dolls.
Yes,
The stuffed toys, we've got lashes.
But for us in our industry, I've got to have nice nails done. If during COVID, I had no nails, and I was gardening and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter. But I think if you're in the public eye, people are looking at your hands.
Yeah, and I guess with the wedding illustration as well, like if people are watching what I'm doing, and I do a lot of kind of social media where I'll show myself painting and then I'll see like my thumb come in and I just see my chewed thumbnail.
You're like,
So I'm
down
just
that thumb.
Yeah. Go on Photoshop and try and edit every frame.
Draw little people on your nails.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a
Make
good
it a thing,
idea.
Yeah.
Your little thumb coming in, like little caricatures. There was a little animation, like children's thing with the thumbs.
Probably.
What's that?
It does ring a bell, but I can't remember it. Yeah.
It will come to me in a minute. I'm sure there was a little thing with the little faces on the. You can hear it, you can see it, can't you? Plop, 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 plop.
I'd watch it. Yeah.
In the hotel room after your pedicure. Yeah. Are we going to see nail varnish on those nails?
Oh no! Well, I don't know. Do they do? Is it?
Yes.
Obviously, I don't know anything about.
You can have what
my-
you want. I've literally
My
sat
dad
next
wanted
to a
his
man
nails black before.
and
He used to paint
Oh,
their cars, so his hands were always black. So he was like, I'm just going to paint my nails black.
I'd probably get clear if I did it.
yeah.
This isn't
Yeah.
what I thought we'd be talking
They'll be
about.
like, "Look at that."
The
clues in-
So we know
Clues
what
in the
treatment you're
title,
having
yeah.
and that we're going for the clear.
Yeah.
We have to say congratulations
Oh, thank you very much.
because you announced a special package arriving soon.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Your, you can become a daddy again.
Again, yeah.
So the baby's a package.
Package, yeah.
Yeah.
Stalker packages.
Yeah, the stalk brings the package.
Yeah.
I thought you said stalker package.
What's wrong with you today?
Little baby. Oh my God, I can think of all the lovely little pictures you can draw.
Oh yeah.
So you can your little girl draw?
Yeah, she loves it. She absolutely. The other day, she ran in, and it was the cutest thing she's ever done. Well, that day anyway, she ran in and she was holding one of my paintbrushes, and she went, "Please do painting, Daddy," because we've been teaching her to say please because she just goes like milk.
I know.
Yeah.
They're
And
so
then I go,
direct, aren't they?
And I just go, "How do you say it?" And then she goes, please, I have milk. And then she's, I mean, I'm making it sound like her speech. She speaks really well. I'm trying to make it cuter, I think, by like omitting words. She probably just went like, please, can I have some milk? But yeah, she ran in with a paintbrush and she went, please, I do painting. And she absolutely loves it.
And you're like, put that brush down, it cost me.
Oh, if I've got like
that's got a weight in it
going on, yeah. She wants to sit on my knee when I'm doing customer illustrations, and then she's just wielding like a wet paintbrush, and I just have to go, oh, do you want to paint on this? And like give her a big pile of like card and stuff, and but I think one day I hope that I'll bring her along to a wedding. She could start doing it.
That would be so cute.
Yeah.
But
we have another on the way. She's only 13 weeks now, I think, Susie. But we'll be probably finding out soon. If it's a boy or a girl.
I look forward to that story coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
So we have a game to play.
Okay.
You've seen the wheel.
Yes.
So it hasn't landed on that red one for ages. I'm a bit worried. And you were going to do a little bit of a drawing while we do this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Sharon's going to get naked. She's going to do a rose from Titanic.
So drawing people while they're talking.
He's like, shut the fuck up and let me draw.
Is that do we have to be quiet? Do we have to pose?
No. You just carry on.
So I'm going to spin the wheel for you because you've got your hands full. Hold on. And then we're going to ask you a question. Oh God, that nearly went over. Oh, your first kiss. Doesn't have to have been with Susie. First kiss ever.
First kiss ever. It's not the most glamorous story. I'm pretty sure it was like most people's. Growing up where I grew up, it's not like the most kind of affluent area. It was. I think it was one of those cases of being in the woods with my mates, and everyone was going like, "Will you get into it?" Like that. And I was like, "Yeah, okay," and then that was about it. So next question.
I'm gonna kiss you. I don't know why I went Northern Irish there.
Yeah. It was not the most romantic of affairs, I'm afraid. But I wish it was. I wish I had a kind of more whimsical story, but no, it was one of those where it's just like, I don't know, you go behind the bike shed with your mates.
Yeah. Where did you meet Susie?
On Tinder. Yeah.
Love it.
I think like Tinder now, you have like Tinder success stories and stuff like that. Like
We get a lot of girls.
I never got to have a go on Tinder. My day was Plenty of Fish.
Oh really? Yeah.
But we could be on that homepage. I don't know if it's still going.
We were.
I had a bride the other week, and she met her husband on Plenty of Silverfish.
Oh,
is that a thing? Yeah.
John and I met on Sarah Beanie's. God, what was her website called? It was like My Best Friend or something like that. And you were nominated by your friend. You know, like you do it at a party.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, this is my friend. You'd get on really well together.
Oh, that's nice.
That sort of thing, yeah. So that was
nice.
quite good.
But so we met on Tinder and then we went to the zoo for our first date.
Oh.
Chester?
Yeah, Chester Zoo. Yeah.
I always wanted to go there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about Chester. Zoo? Yeah.
Yeah.
There are penguins there. I love penguins.
We're members there now. Chester
yeah.
Zoo, yeah.
Oh.
It is the best. It's so good. It's so good for kind of like, conservation and everything. I just think everything they do.
Yeah. You can get married in zoos now.
Yeah, well, I'm not married, and
What, and why is that?
We just never.
Hey,
we've been
back
engaged.
off, all right? Shit happens. Life happens.
We've been engaged now for what, 7 years or something. And
7 years. I'm coming up to 7 years. Fucking years. Why are you not married? Is it because you're trying to get all your shit together first, and then when you're all done, then you'll get married at the end?
Maybe it's just I think what it is that
But
we are like we can't really be any more committed than we already are.
Thank you.
So it's like we've got a child, we've got a house. We had like 4 cats.
Fucking hell, that's a commitment.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
know,
miss that out.
Never again. Yeah.
But I think that's right. I think that it was such a pressure in society to get married after a certain period of time. And people look at, I know we joke about it, but,
It actually hurts my feelings.
Yeah, but
so
it doesn't
you're not
matter.
married and you've been engaged?
Been together 11 years this year, engaged 7 years this year. We're on our second property together. And we've got a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So we actually had a conversation about this because it was John's birthday on Monday. We went out for a meal just as on the Friday.
Beverages?
2. I'd work the next day.
2 bottles.
That was all right, wasn't I? Anywho. And you know when someone says something wrong and instantly they're like, oh shit, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, I only want to get married because you want to get married. And I was like, whoa. And I said, I was how was it? Because he wet himself laughing. I went, you asked me. And he was just like, but to me, he said, we already are.
Yeah.
He said, it is legit a bit of paper.
Yeah.
And then I said, yeah, but I'm the only one with a different surname. He was like, do you know what? I can't remember how he said it exactly, but it was so sweet. And he was like, completely zoned out and my stomach's just gone. He said, if I could say we were married and wear a ring and you have my last surname, I'd be a very happy man. He's like, I just don't want the wedding.
It's cute.
He wants to be married, he just don't want to.
Yeah, just because you're not married doesn't mean that you're not any less committed to each other.
No, I know. But it'd be nice to not be the odd one out. Different surname.
I get that as well because, like, Maisie, my daughter, her full name is a bit of a mouthful. Is Maisie Molly McIver Griffiths, which sounds like a kind of nursery rhyme. Sort of
Don't
thing.
that reminds me of it's
star.
like Lady Together. You would put Molly's name in that, couldn't you?
That's what I always think. It's like
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. It's like you become me.
Oh dear. Hope not. I'll be in a nice painted dress next week.
I'm gonna spin this. Oh, I didn't spin it very well.
Oh my god.
Best part at being a wedding.
That needs to be a bit more specific,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
best part of anything.
well, I mean, there's
Gotta be a must to express.
loads. What best part of me being at your wedding?
Yeah. What's the best part of the wedding for you being there?
Oh, what's your favourite part of a wedding?
I love the father of the bride speech.
Do you?
I love it, and since having Maisie.
This is what John says. Does it choke you a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, John
Because
said that.
They always say, like, they'll go straight in with something like, one of them, it was such a nice way. I thought he was going to kind of bomb a bit because I shouldn't say that really, but he was like nervous and speaking too quickly. And I was thinking, oh no, but then.
Do you go a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy had. He said, "Oh, I always remember this holiday when you were little, and you really wanted this Pikachu from Pokemon toy out of one of the grabbing machines." And he was like, "So, of course, I spent the whole holiday, it was like a Haven holiday or something, trying to get this thing for you." And
Been there, done that.
And I know,
Never got it.
The money you spent on them, you might as well just bought the bloody thing.
You buy like
10,000
of them. Anyway.
John gave Elsie Ray a lesson last week that it's all a scam.
Yeah, it is.
She'll never get.
Oh my god!
She's like, but they're in there.
Yeah.
He was about 10 quid in at this point.
And how old is she?
5. It's true. Anywho, sorry.
So he said, he was like, and then I spent the whole holiday, and he was talking to his daughter. His daughter came up and was like, if you get me this toy, I will love you forever. And then he on the last day of the holiday, he won the toy, and he said giving her the toy and her face lighting up was amazing. And
I would have been gone.
And then he pulled the toy out, and he said, the toy's here today, like that. And but just thinking of stuff like, when they make a speech, I just think, time's going too fast, because one day that might be me, giving a father of the bride speech to Maisie. On my Instagram as well, I put a picture up recently when we were at a wedding as guests, me, Susie, and we brought Maisie, and there was the aisle was free, so I took a picture of me and Maisie walking down the aisle, and she's 2 nearly.
Oh my god!
And
It did actually make me cry. That
did you see
Yeah.
it?
Oh my god!
It nearly made me
Imagine
cry
that
when
on her wedding day. You can have the both. Oh, finished.
Yeah. So I shouldn't have done it to myself, because now I think about it and I just think, oh god, it's going too quickly.
Right. So you're doing that. I've
Spin it. Let me ask you.
Oh, okay.
Spin it, sister. You are the wheel today.
I am the wheel. Oh, we've done first kiss.
God, how many she had?
Gossip.
We
Wedding
talk
gossip.
too much. We ain't got gossip.
No, what, you and me?
All our gossip's open.
No, Josh gossip.
There was
gonna ask
one thing with the there's always a crying. Normally a woman outside. When I leave, there's always someone crying.
I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's always the gin drinker.
I don't know what it is about
It's always
weddings.
the ginger.
Um,
Always a ginger. Didn't it sound like ginger?
That's what I thought you said as well. I thought you said it's always the gingers, and I was like, well, not in my experience, but yeah. There was a wedding where there was the brother of the groom. He wasn't meant to be doing a speech, but he came out and he was drunk by the time of the speech, and he picked up the mic and he went, I know I'm not meant to be doing a speech, but I'm going to do one anyway. And I don't know if he had prepared it or if he was winging it, but it was just him sincerely like ripping into his brother, not in like a way that makes you go, oh. It was in a way that makes you go, geez. He said, I know everyone thinks that he's a really lovely guy, but he's not. and after that, the bride came over to me and was like, oh, how are you getting on? And I was like, oh yeah, brilliant. And then I just said something like, oh, great speeches and stuff, because I say it sincerely because the rest of the speeches were great. But then she was like, oh, I bet you get some really awful speeches. And I was thinking, like, yeah, that one. But
that one?
Yeah, that was...
my god.
terrifying. I thought he was just going to really like ruin the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, so while you're doing that, I need the boss over. Could you just come over here for 2 seconds? So, we asked Josh to do something for us.
Where am I going?
On camera.
Okay.
And just a little thank you from Lauren and I.
Oh, that's amazing.
We've done one of the crew. Well, we didn't do it. Josh did
I haven't
it.
even seen it yet.
And we've got
You haven't seen it?
We've got Amy in it because Amy wasn't in it.
Oh, that is amazing.
Oh, we all look like little Biff and Chips. That's so cool.
That is awesome.
There you go. So you can look at that every day and then go, oh, that's how it goes.
Thank you, Josh.
His little
no worries.
head. Come on, look at his little
It's jaunty
head.
for me.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
going up in the office. Thank
There
you
you
very much.
go. So thank you,
No
Josh.
worries.
You did that so quick as well. We only took that last week. It's gone all red. Like you little shit.
You pay for it.
I'm joking. But like, you just told me I would have put me.
How good is that? Was that on the cam? Did that get on the camera?
It was. I've got the you sent it me over and everything.
I love it. I'm going to steal it.
So, what would be your advice to couples getting married regarding booking you or booking something like you?
How
Well,
long do you need?
So
Oh my god, he's got his paints out.
weekends, I am pretty booked up for
Yeah.
the next few years, but
Yeah.
I mean there are
For the next few years.
yeah, so 2026 people are booking in now, but
Yeah, we're doing weddings for 26, 27 and 28.
yeah, so it's worth. I mean, it's always worth getting in touch because sometimes the booking might go, and I do have some weekends free.
And there's sort of rescheduling and stuff like that.
I would just say get in early.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and then
And weekdays?
yeah, I do weekdays as well. Yeah,
Do you do this is this like your full-time job now? This is
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so this is what I do full time, but and that's worked out really well for me as well because it's just like after doing teaching and having like no time whatsoever, I just feel really lucky to be able to do this kind of a weekend kind of thing, and that's all I need to do really.
And when the time comes, you'll be able to do school runs and
school
trips.
And that's the thing with our industry, with our suppliers and that, and you know, a lot of them are like, you know, I was saying, like, I've got no time. Yeah, I'm working in a corporate, you know, 9 to 5, but 9 to 5 wasn't 9 to 5. 9 to 5 was 6 to
that's it.
9. You know?
I think in any career now, a lot of the time you've got to
take work home with you.
Yeah, that you're expected to put the time in. You know, like after work hours as well, and that's. I mean, I've never taken a job where I've not gone above and beyond. Yeah, you know, I kind of enjoy it, but it's. Working for myself has just been like an absolute godsend, especially like you say in terms of like Maisie and being there for school
family's
runs and things
everything,
like
isn't
that.
it?
It is,
know.
In fact, I think that's what one of my stamps says. one of the sentiments on my stamp says.
Right, can we ask about prices? How much are you?
So at the minute they are kind of subject to change in the next.
Yeah. Materials cost money and are going up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hotels have raised their prices.
Depends what hotel you put me in.
I charge $650 for the day.
Yeah.
I only have the one package, which is just you know, all day. And as many guests as I can get done in that amount of time.
Yeah.
And then plus fuel cost. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
But what you're actually getting for that, you know, £650 isn't just the 4 hours that it says in my contract kind of thing. It's it's all day.
Yeah, they're also getting you as well, you know, and you know, just chatting to you here. We don't know each other. I've got to know you a little bit on chat and stuff like that, but it you know, you're a friendly guy.
I like to be kind of approachable. You know, that's why I got into it.
You're part of
really.
somebody's memory forever.
Yeah, and I feel really privileged to be. You know, someone has invited me to their wedding at the end of the day.
Do they feed you?
I don't ask to be fed, but I've just dipped that in my coffee.
Occupational hazard.
The amount of times I do that is insane. So I feel like privileged to be there, and that's why I'll just put in.
We talked about, you know, these are great as favours. So the amount of money that people spend on favours, actually, when you work out for 100 people at £10 per person, and more, you know, that this is really good value for money.
I'm just watching you do Sharon's dress. I bet he's going in his head, oh, getting you dressed just for you. I'm taking up my time. Literally, mine's just blue, and then I can see all the different flowers. He's going, oh. Time waster.
Where can people find you?
So at the minute I do everything through Instagram, pretty much. I do have a website coming out, but it's mainly geared towards the stamps.
Yeah. What will the website be called?
JoshGriffithsStudio.com.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's my social media.
We'll put it up on all our socials and everything when the episode comes out.
Oh, that'll be fantastic. Yeah. And just kind of reach out, send me a message. I'm always happy to you know, discuss the day and the price.
Yeah.
I tend to give people my number as well, so that they, you know, they feel okay just to call me and say like, oh, like, I don't know, if they were nervous about the timings of the day or something, then I can talk that through with them. And
I think being on here now, because you've discussed that already, will give people an insight on how you would fit into their wedding.
Yeah.
And when people book you, do they pay all in one go? How does it work?
Yeah, so I take a 25% deposit to secure the booking, and then the rest is just payable up to a month before the wedding.
Yeah. Do you know, I found... oh my god. Oh my god.
It's a little bit rough and ready because
I've not got my table. Did you do that? Look at that. Hold it steady now. Oh, my hands are shaking. That is amazing. We'll screenshot that. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, what was I going to say? Money wise, you know, so many people want money on the day.
Yeah.
So envelopes here, envelope. You haven't got no pockets.
No, yeah. No.
So asking for it before is definitely.
Yeah, and I like to think as well that my prices, I've tried to keep them really accessible. I'm not outpricing everyone, if you know what I mean. So
I think you're really, really reasonable. We set you a little task, didn't we? Did you complete it?
Which task?
Have
I done something wrong? I see.
I was going to say, Sharon, I don't think he knows what you're talking about. I don't think he's done it. I was like, this is really embarrassing.
I have completed the task, yeah.
So we gave you some pictures.
Oh my God, stop, I'm going to cry. Oh my God, and I'm wearing the same top today. So the only 2 times I've worn it. I swear I had clothes. Oh my God, stop.
You literally are wearing the same thing.
Oh my God.
How lovely is that?
Oh, that is the best.
It looks like John.
I know, look at his little tattoo.
This is the reaction that I always.
Oh my God, and my little
love
and her little bow, and I can't. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's fantastic. You did mine.
Look, she wears the same clothes all the time. This is the only time. They used to be different jeans, and that is the only time I wore that top because it was my sister-in-law's gender reveal, so we had to wear pink or blue. Obviously, I don't own a single thing that's pink because of my hair. So I was like, I've got a baby blue top, and that's the only time I've worn it.
Oh my God.
Apart from today, I thought, let's wear some blue.
So we need we need clothing suppliers to supply us with some clothes.
Let's see. Oh, Sharon, stop.
Oh, Josh, that's lovely.
Now, because we were talking about glasses and grey hair.
So we talking about glasses and grey hair. Where were we talking glasses and grey hair?
Someone that said they look like Rolf Harris.
Oh no.
So you did my dad.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
And this is actually this.
So you got a Batman thing on or not?
No, this is the picture.
Sharon's like, it's to me. I'm like,
This is the picture that was taken when I managed to get my birth certificate changed. It's a very long story. So I only found my dad 3 years ago, and unfortunately he passed away just recently. So, but I managed to get my name changed on the birth certificate to show his name.
Yeah.
So that is a really important
that's a really
picture.
lovely picture
Yeah,
then for you.
yeah. And I'm desperately trying not to cry. Talk.
The more-
oh my God, I love it so much. This is the best.
Every picture tells a story,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? You know.
I love doing them. This is the reason why I love it, because I'd hope that
Look at
it'll
our
be
faces.
kind of, that
one's
should
so
be the
special,
thumbnail
that's so
of the
Yeah,
thing. It's just
this
you
is
two
so
crying.
special. It's my dad would have blooming loved this.
Oh.
You know, yeah, he would have loved it. He was an artist, so yeah, he would have loved it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries.
Have you had a great
good.
time?
Yeah, it's been really, really lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me on.
I couldn't get everything on your wish list, on your rider,
On my wish list.
God.
but I did get you some pickled onion monster munch.
Oh my word.
He was like hoping for a hotel stay.
You know what? When you're fasting as well, something like this.
Yeah, that's it. Sharon, you can't eat it for another 2
You got your
Oh,
mug.
amazing. Oh, I love the mugs when I saw them.
Yeah. You've got your millionaire brownies. It's not
They're not
you.
the ones that people have been tucking into today.
No, they're different ones. And there you go.
leftovers.
And you got your
Oh
I know
my
your
word.
Your Captain
Thank you
Morgan's,
very
and it's
much.
a different one. I don't think you
I
would
love,
have.
yeah, this is the black spiced.
Yes.
Captain Morgan's, absolutely lovely.
That's it. You get your own ginger
Bit of
ale.
spice, bit of pickle.
I thought when you asked
Bit of
me, I
chocolate.
thought that was just as like a little conversation on the show. I didn't think that you were going to actually get me the stuff.
That was my mission.
Ah, thank you. That's
So
really
now he's
lovely.
coming on the podcast.
Now, next time you come on, give me the heads up, and I'll make it for you.
Yeah,
So this was a last minute dash
Oh,
around the
no,
supermarket.
that's absolutely lovely. Well, do you bake, do you?
Yeah, try
They're
it.
actually really good.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes presentation's not key, but the cakes can believe it. I thought they were shot
Listen,
before, still not
I'm an
convinced.
abstract decorator.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you.
I have
Thanks
a
for
safe
having
journey
me.
back. Let me put all
Yeah.
this back in there for you.
Okay, yeah.
Does it? Don't drink this on the way home. In
Oh,
your
no,
mug.
yeah.
Ow.
I get one of those hats that just has a straw that
Yeah.
goes straight down to you.
Dressed as a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Oh,
Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't
that's
even
really
know
lovely,
that.
thank you.
This is like
So special. You did us a huge favour. Because we like, obviously for us,
can you draw me alone? Everyone get out.
For us, doing this podcast is not only for our business and to help couples out there navigate the wedding industry, but it's also to support independents like you. So if you can ask everybody to subscribe to that camera, the man pointing, to subscribe, rate, review, whatever they do, that would be great.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? The podcast here?
Yes.
Yes. Of course.
Not the ghost one.
No.
Yeah, go. Wait. Wait. I need to be ready. So
Okay.
what am I saying? So everybody, please subscribe, like, follow the channel, and go and have a look at all the social media.
Yes.
Yeah, I like ghosts.
Yeah.
And my hands painted. Thank you so much for coming
Oh,
on.
thank you.
Thank you for everybody subscribing, liking, rating. It is really important. It is supporting us. So we can keep doing these, but supporting our independence as well, which is so important. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Great show. Great show.
How many
Great
have we
show.
done?
Are we done?